Tomoaki Yamada, who is manager at ClassNK. So can we have the video? Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tomoaki Yamada, Research Institute of ClassNK. Today, I would like to explain about evaluation of effectiveness of the stamp STPA in risk analysis of autonomous ship systems. In this research, we have two viewpoints. First is to ensure safety of maritime autonomous surface ships. As you know, a large-scale and complicated system will be installed in MASS. So, importance of risk assessment becomes increasing. Actually, some classification societies request risk assessment. However, there are some cases where risk assessment is not performed as intended by classification societies. So, standardization of risk assessment method is expected. In this point, stamp STPA is attracting attention. Since stamp STPA is an analysis method for large-scale and complicated systems, it is expected to work effectively even if mass risk analysis. Second is to certify the autonomous operation system of MASS. The necessity of a new goal-based MASS instrument is being discussed at IMO. At the moment, there are many concepts of operation for autonomous operation systems. So it is difficult to set uniform requirements. In the safety evaluation in goal-based, it is important to extract the functional requirements and share them with certification site. So, in this study, we performed two discussions from certification point of view. The effectiveness of stamp STPA in the initial stage of mass design and how stamp STPA works in goal-based safety evaluation using ClassNK's guidelines. In the actual examination by ClassNK, a document examination, including a review of risk assessment results, is performed to confirm the validity of the design. And function verification tests are also required to confirm the developed system meets the functional requirements specifications. As for the functional verification test, the test items are to be decided according to the characteristics of the autonomous operation system. In order to proceed this process effectively, the NK guideline recommended the V&V processes. This time, assuming the examination for approval in principle, AIP, we discussed how stamp STPA method worked in process A and B, validation of conceptual design, and extraction of functional requirements. First discussion is validation of conceptual design. In this study, we set the analysis subject to the unmanned bridge ship that operates automatically under remote monitoring. Outline and conceptual structure are shown here. Analysis method is stamp STPA, and this slide shows overviews of the basic stamp STPA method. We proceeded the analysis according to these 4 steps. This slide shows control structure diagram modeled by stamp. Rectangular block means subsystem or component, and arrow means control action. By drawing a CS diagram, we can understand how many subsystems and components compose autonomous operation system, also division of roles between machines and humans, as well as who and how execute holdback in emergency, and so on. Based on this CS diagram, we identified hazard causal factor and loss scenarios. I would like to introduce one sample. This is a hazard causal factor and loss scenarios related to remote operators losing or sudden illness. And as a countermeasure, addition of remote operator monitoring system is proposed. In this way, by describing loss scenarios and examining countermeasures, the CS diagram could be improved. It can be said that the validity of the conceptual design could be verified by stamp STPA. Also, this improved CS diagram can contribute for certification side to understand the characteristics of the autonomous operation system. Second is extraction of functional requirements. Through stamp STPA analysis, we also have some notices which will lead to functional requirements of each component or subsystems. For example, for the HCF and loss scenarios about communication device failure, as measures to prevent this accident, ensuring the reliability of communication between the MAS and ROC is proposed. It can be said that this is functional requirement for remote operation center. As well, for the HCF and loss scenario, some sensor information is missed or incorrect. As a measure to prevent this accident, addition of function to verify reliability of each information of integrated information is proposed. This can be also functional requirements for onboard systems. In this way, stamp STPA makes it possible to extract the functional requirements of subsystems or components in consideration of the characteristics of autonomous operation systems. The possibilities that stamp STPA can work effectively as a method of both risk assessment and goal-based safety evaluation are shown in this study. At the end of my presentation, the findings obtained in this study are summarized here. First one is the analysis by stamp STPA, especially the CS diagram, can contribute to share the characteristics of the autonomous operation system with the certification side. Second one is the stamp STPA makes it possible to extract the functional requirements of subsystems and components in consideration of the characteristics of autonomous operation systems. Third one is in goal-based safety evaluations, involvement of certification sites from initial design stage is important. The last one is stamp STPA is still unfamiliar in the maritime industry, especially for ship designer. it is necessary to present an analysis example and proceed with standardization. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Yamada, are you available to answer questions? Ah, there you are. Hello.
Okay,
good morning.
please.
Okay, do we have some questions here? There are no online questions. I guess I have a question. Alan McGee from TCOMS in Singapore. In other industries, can you give example where the stamp STPA is being used today? For example, aerospace
Yes.
industry or automotive?
Yes, especially automobile industry using this stamp STPA.
Okay, thank you. Is there a similar process going on, development of the car designer together with the assessment process, the standards?
Yes, automobile industry already has ISO 26262. So in this ISO standards is how to say risk assessment method is already included in this ISO standard. And I think the stamp SPA is very familiar with this ISO standard. That is why the ClassNK guidelines recommends V&V process and also refer to the ISO standard.
Okay, thank you very much. I think it's very interesting and learned a lot from this talk. Any more questions? If not, let's thank the speaker once more. Thank you.